Good evening, everyone. We're back. 2020. It's been a strange one, but we're here. You've all been waiting for it. Formula Trout League presents the Premier Series, Series 7. Here tonight we're going to be presenting the Challenger split. It's very exciting. It's an inaugural second split, which essentially will be the future of Trout League. You know, these guys are the ones you want to be watching if you want to see who's going to be the future champion in a couple of seasons' time. So yeah, stick with us, guys. I'm here tonight with Christoph Boozer. Hopefully I said that right.
Kind of. I think you're doing it right. All right. Hello.
Hi there, everyone. So yeah, let's jump straight to the track facts, shall we? So 5.3 kilometers, 16 turns, and 34 laps tonight in the Challenger Series split. Sorry, that's 180 kilometers. How about you take it from here, Christoph?
We will be racing 34 laps in this race. We're right now in qualifying. That will last another 12-ish minutes, followed by the race. The second race will feature roughly the same schedule. Another 15 minutes transition, 20 minutes qualifying, and 43 laps on reduced fuel consumption and tire wear this time to compensate for the additional race distance.
Obviously, it's the first race of the season, especially for these guys as well. It's essentially a new record sheet for these guys. But we'll look at previous winners and lap stats regardless. So, fastest qualifying lap here, James May, who I believe is participating in the Master split. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Christoph. He's your driver, isn't he?
Yes, he's my driver, but he's not racing under that name anymore. He has changed to his real-life name and is called Andreas Schindler now.
Oh, I do apologise. Yeah, so he's been to the bureau and had his name changed. So yeah, fastest lap also set by what was his name? Andreas
Schilder.
Yeah, so we're looking to maybe sort of replicate that tonight. I don't know if we're going to be seeing similar times. It's a slower car for starters. It's more kind of focused on closer racing, so the downforce not necessarily there. Who knows though? But yeah, last race winner here was Clank Hughes in the F0. So yeah, there's that. Just bear with me a second. Sorry, the game is taking a bit of a while to boot. But
yeah, the car is a preview of what F1 is going to head into the next years, 2022. Is more focused on ground effects and less on wing downforce, so it is kind of different to drive, harder to drive, and thus slower by quite a bit. So I don't expect the lap record to be broken today.
No, you're right there, and again, these guys are in the Challenger split, so not necessarily at the peak performance level, but we're going to see some great racing nonetheless. You know, do you want to explain how the Challenger series and sorry, I keep saying series, I mean to say split, the Challenger split and the Master split come to exist?
Yes, due to the rising participation and the fact that we can only have like 20 cars on track, the decision was made that we divide the grid into two slightly smaller but nearly complete grids.
Can I cut across? Sorry, it's a great description nonetheless. But what's the password for this second split?
It's pole position still, all in lowercase. I think it was wrote in the chat numerous times.
Let's hope we haven't got any stream snipers on hearing that. yeah,
same as every race. Anyway, it was a pre-qualifying held, and the fastest 9 teams, sorry, were moved to the master split, whereas the remaining now 8 teams compete in this challenger split. And joining teams that are joining during the season and reserve drivers will also join the challenger grid. So they compete on slightly less race distance and on to compensate for that, slightly higher fuel rate and slightly higher wear rate.
So yeah, we'll essentially get sort of similar race strategies tonight, but who knows? These guys, I believe they might be pulling 1 stops mainly. There's talk of 2 stops in the master split, but there's a lot of and ahhing going about regarding that in the master split. So we'll let those guys decide what they want to use tonight. We'll focus on our own thing. But yeah, it shouldn't be long now before I get trackside, just pulling up now in the limousine in the car park.
Yeah, we have had the first couple of guys pulling lap times in already. We're halfway through qualifying, but grip is still only at 97%, so we haven't reached our peak yet.
Running with Alex Heinonen, one of the few unfortunate drivers unable to get through to the master split, but he's definitely one to look out for tonight. His pace is definitely there. I'm trying to adjust this camera because there seems to be a T-cam blocking it for me.
Oh, you're not the only one having it. I have it too. I use the F1 T-cam, not the offset. Gives you more like a F1 video game kind of feeling, but it's a T-cam nonetheless.
I want to get Alex telling me that you should have done this before the race, but you know, these things happen. Alex looking good here though. Going into sector 3 now. Break just after the 100 meter board. If you're brave. 50 meter board. Alex knows this track though. And he pulls in. It was a good in lap. It was a good in lap, guys. One of the best. Daniel van Broekhoven though. Who's he racing for tonight?
He's Daniel van Broek. Davabro is racing for Koenigsegg F1. Unfortunately, he's alone today, I believe.
Is that a testing livery? May I ask? Or is that just the thing? As he spins out going into turn 1, 2, 3, and someone narrowly avoids him. It looks like one of the
Connor. That is Connor.
The Canadian driver.
Canadian Team Canada. Patriotic team. Also really quick on pace. Holds the pole position right now. With a margin of more than 0.3 of a second. But again, the grip is still building, so I expect this not to be the final pole time. I have a lot of new teams coming. Team Canada, as I said before, Team Koenigsegg is also new.
I mean, it's fair to say all the teams are new besides Octane Porsche and Forza Sahara.
Yeah. Well, for this race we have, like, as you said, Octane Porsche is is old. And I think all the other teams are like, well, Griffin Red is kind of new, but belongs to Griffin Gaming, which is a team, an older team. But besides that, I think the Challenger split is filled with new teams. Though not every new team has also new drivers. For example, Alex Heino, or
Obviously,
Demone
yeah.
as he was known.
Man who's known for being on the money. Is he in the money tonight? Heinonen up on his time so far. 5/10s up going into turn 4, 5 and 6. Nice little section if you get hooked up nicely. This is the one now. Braking just under the shadows. I'm gonna hook that car in. Full throttle now. Alex has got this one hooked up nicely, still up on his time. And you just want to swing the car in into the nice slalom section there, the chicane. DRS open now through the third DRS zone. Braking nice and late, just enough to hook your car in. Now you just want to bring it home. Brake nice and deep into one of the slowest corners on the calendar. Don't want to lose it. He's up. And that surprisingly only puts him third fastest. It's Connor Peltman who's currently leading. He's down this time, but it could be an in-lap. Sorry to cut across, you go ahead.
Jordi Lewis is also about to complete his lap, though he was 0.5 up, but he's pulling into the pits. I don't know if his lap got invalidated somewhere. Sorry.
Obviously we're at the mercy of the Delta provided by ACTV tonight, so if that lets us down, unfortunately we've got nothing to go by. But it looks like Connor Peltman is currently leading this qualifying session with just over a minute to go. Who is See the Crucifier, may I ask?
That is Columba Crucifier, who is racing for Griffin Red.
Okay.
So that is, I don't know, he should be he could format his name accordingly, but that is his name.
Yeah, sorry about that, Carl. Camera, that's the one. All beans, across the finish line he comes. And that is the starter's lap, right? That is the starter's lap. He's down, unfortunately, as he goes to the first DRS zone. Is the pit straight considered the last DRS zone or the first?
I think it is. I would consider it the last on the pit straight because you have the detection point before like at the end of the lap. So I would consider it the last. But on the same, if you hard lap, it's like the first. So it's kind of up to you.
And he goes off, unfortunately.
Braking on the grass, it's so difficult here with the left and right switches. You're tempted to brake on the outside as much as you can, but you always run the risk of going a little bit too wide, and that's his lap done.
And that's it for qualifying then. There's 12 cars have qualified by the looks of things.
We have 14, we have... Oh yeah, 12 cars more or less. We have Carlos Kadekis, who is still on a lap, sort of a lap, and Alex Cochran is also on the final corners. I don't know if this lap is hot or not.
It is for Carlos, but he was on a rubbish lap time previously, so not got much to go by.
And Cochran takes pole position actually.
Good on him. Unfortunately, I had nothing to go by on that, so I do apologise. He wasn't showing up in the times. And Carlos comes in last. But Cochrane, brilliant time there on the soft tyre, I must point out. Connor on the medium tyre, 6/10 behind him. And we got Columba the Crucifier, or as his other name is, I'm not too quite sure.
Yeah.
124.4, so 1.2 tenths off. Gonna carry on from here while I get the nice camera angles set up.
With Alex Heinon also on the medium as Jordi Lowes, so both the Nova guys on mediums, followed by Cyprian or Octan Porsche also on the medium. Ertjan Luttels, who is joined from the Pro Split as a reserve driver on the softs, as well as Justin Cormier, Mike Thompson, and Luca Dolciotti. I'm sorry if I Dolciot. Sorry if I
Dolciotti.
Yeah, it's probably pronounced wrong. I'm sorry. And on free choice of tires, we have David Bull, Daniel van Broekhoven, Carlos Kadikis, and Thomas Marshall. I was actually trying to... I don't know if he chose his race start tire yet, but he is on the hard compound tire, tire right now. And we're lined up on the grid.
Many red liveries.
I'm glad they got segregated to this split. 10 seconds now before the lights go out. First race of 2020 for Formula Trout League. Here we go, the Challenger split. And it's go, go, go! And it's a good start from Cochrane, who closes off. It seems like a clean start. Do apologise as we quickly go back with Cochrane. It's an overtake there for 6th. As the pack's beginning to split up already by the looks of things. I do apologise, the stream is still in practice mode, but hey ho, we're in race now.
Yeah, we had some trouble into turn 1 at the back of the field, but no one crashed heavily, I think.
Saw the Nova cars making contact with each other, banging wheels.
A lot of guys fighting at the back right now. I don't know if anything happened to Kilgore because he went silent.
And just focusing on the races. Cyprian Stern spins out at the chicane. Oh, and there's a contact! Oh! What do you reckon, guys? Race on or what?
The field is still... I don't know. I actually don't know.
What do you say? Seems to be alright, but...
I'd say there's multiple cars with damage. There's 3 cars damaged.
Okay.
Oh, look, there's another.
Oh dear, oh dear. I think it's just one of those things, guys. We're looking into maybe a virtual safety car in the future, but the time being, it's race on. These things happen in races. It's your job
There's still 32 laps to catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Cyprian's not shown great pace, so I'm sure he'll make the time back at some point.
Yeah, it's also being in the... it's also difficult to keep it on track because the track is is hard to drive.
Luca Dolciotti making an overtake on DJB right then.
He spins out.
He spin out.
And Justin Cormier just parking it out there.
That's not
Not what we want to see, is it? It's going well though for Alex Cochran, who's pulling away, nearly 2 seconds ahead now as he heads into lap 3 out of 34. Alex Cochran even sets the fastest lap with a 1:26.2.
Question is, how long will his soft tires last before they eventually degrade? Maybe the
Can you remove
medium
Justin
runners
Cormier from the
have-
race, please?
I've done some practice on them, and they last about 6-7 laps.
Is Justin Cormier removed from the race yet?
Should be. Can the race director confirm?
Justin Cormier removed from the race.
Okay.
Quest-
He's up and running
He's
again.
He's parked up. Oh, he's back running.
Alice is out, is he? Oh god. People have repaired
Oh,
the
there's-
cars and back out again.
It's carnage everywhere.
Quite a messy race.
Yeah, man. I mean,
So luckily not a lot of fans in the stands to witness it due to
yeah, obviously coronavirus outbreak. Stay at home, guys. Stay at home
as
and
you
watch
can
some
see, stands
brilliant.
are empty. Stay safe, race safe.
Well, as Alex Cochran is up on his time heading into lap 4, how about we look at the pit stop strategy, which is, well, it's predicted
One
to
stop.
be between 7 and 10 laps for the soft tyre. Primarily a one-stop race. However, yeah, a medium to soft, possibly 18 laps for the pit.
The question is, how long will the medium last? Because I reckon the soft tire won't last more than 10 laps, 12 at best. Question is if you can make the medium tire last 20-22 laps.
I would say it should be quite doable. I mean, if you can do that's not even 50% the race distance of that soft tire.
Such a Cody cross, but Alex makes a bit of a mistake as we get a horrible camera angle. What is this? And now he has Pelkman all over his tail as he heads into the DRS zone. Obviously lap 4 now, we have DRS activated. Here we go. Pelkman's closing in.
Someone's off the track again.
It's not. I think you'll have a chance on the next straight. Just that's Alex's teammate. He's
Oh,
defending into the hairpin. I don't know if that's a good idea. He's losing time. He's very close.
you're right there, he's defending, well, nothing really.
Let's
Close.
turn 1, 2. Oh, they make contact. And they're both off the track.
Oh,
dear.
no.
But this gives the Crucifier what he wants. And he's up into first.
What is going on?
What's with that name?
It's Alex Heino makes his way through Connor. Past Connor. And now Alex is up Alex's tail.
Alex is up in 3rd place now. The other Alex. The Finnish one. I'm curious if Alex Cochran has some damage from that incident.
If he does have rear wing damage, it's going to be critical. And Connor spins out again.
Yeah, I think Connor has damage. I think Connor's got damage. I saw him sliding quite a lot.
But this opens up the championship completely. I know it's just the first race and there's 11 more to go, but we thought Pelkman was gonna run away with it. That was what people were saying, and who's the Crucifier?
The Crucifier, Columba Crucifier.
Columba, he's a Griffin car.
What an unfortunate
Drive.
surname, but he
Yeah,
doesn't
Connor.
care. He's up in front.
Connor
Crucifying
pits.
that.
Marshall
Connor's in
spun
the
out
pits.
just before the pits.
Alex Cochran though, catching.
Oh.
That's the weirdest spin I've ever seen.
some rookie mistakes, but unfortunately this is what we had to expect to some extent in the Challenger Series.
Well, look at this, look at this. He's already caught half a second within half a lap.
Was he just looking for that open air?
Not a mistake there from the Crucify.
Jordy Lewis spinning out there just before sector 2. Keep it on track, mate. David Bull in the points though, here we go.
Beautiful. In 6th place. Maybe he can catch Daniel Van.
He goes through 10, 11 and 12 down to
Beautiful,
Ascari now.
Beautiful line there. He's obviously been taught well by his teammates.
He is very experienced after all.
Yeah, he's done. He's in his 5th season now, isn't he, David Bull? And as Daniel Van Bro makes a mistake, Van B, I'm gonna call him Van.
Dava bro, yeah. Connor has rejoined at the end of the field with hard tires, so he may be hoping to finish the race on this set of tires. No more
Alex.
pit stop.
Alex Cochran slowly catching up to the leader. I'm gonna call him the leader. Cyprian Stoyan has not really made any progress since his first lap incident.
Got a lot of support in the chat. Crucifier is our junior, Stim Prince Racing says. Irma's Riss says Heinonen and Peltman's got crucified. A lot of support though for everyone. Obviously, who's your driver of the day? That's what we want to know at the end of the day, so get your votes in.
It's quite early to say, I'd say. Only lap 8.
A lot of supporters for the Crucifier though. You pronounce my name like Spin Prince. Okay.
Alex Cochran almost within DRS now.
Take there. Mike Thompson having a bit of trouble. David Bull. Maybe even coming out of the pits, I'm not too sure. I missed that. David Bull, one step away from the podium. He hasn't been this close since his debut.
Well, I'm going to go into Alex's voice chat and tell him to just spin it so Octane Porsche can have its podium.
Well, rather you leave him alone and let him focus on his race, but you do you.
Spinala.
I mean, you say it's down to people not being quite on pace, but in reality, it's like always. If I not only in reality, but also in the next race, it will be the question.
Alex Copland's pitting.
It's yeah, I think that's a soft done for him. He might be able to perform an undercut here, so that'll be quite interesting.
He switched onto the medium.
Switch onto the medium, so yeah, that's sort of the expected strategy I would get. He's it's sort of depends now whether he's gonna get traffic or not.
I think not. He looks.
Yeah, he's 9 seconds behind Alex Heinonen.
But also remember, he's got cold tires, so he has to be cautious now. But the punch will be delayed a few corners if Columba comes out of the pits with his cold tires.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it's not necessarily down to the people in this split for them spinning out, because it's also in the other race it will be key who will keep it on track.
Pretty much.
Yeah, who can keep it clean and crawl through the whole race without making mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, you always have to. It's the first race of the season. It's a street track, you know, so it's quite difficult to just not get involved in incidents and not, as we see here with Alex Hayden, and almost having a disaster there, but keeping it
Yep, as we
on the
expected.
pit end.
These softs coming to an end. Oh, his Crucifier avoids a back marker by the looks of things.
It's but yeah, Alex Cochran with a 31.5. That's not a particularly quick lap time. Maybe it's because he had, and yeah, it's probably because of the pit stop. But yeah, on his Delta, Columba a few tenths down on his best.
Cochrane 0.4 faster than Columba in the first sector alone.
Yeah, so he's I
Holding
think
in
this
possible
is
bests.
this is
Yeah.
gonna be an undercut right here. He should come out ahead.
Depending on how cautiously Columba enters the pits and how much can Cochrane can keep it going. Second split again 0.4 faster. I don't remember the exact gap, but it looked like not more than 3 seconds. As Columba keeps going for another lap.
Well, what compound is he on?
Columba spins out. Oh no.
Oh,
Turn
no,
2.
no, no.
That is the definite undercut. If not, he's going to lose the spot, the position on track now.
Alex goes fastest of all. 1:25.5.
That's a pretty good lap time.
Yep.
That'll do you decently in split 1.
Helfman overtakes Broekhoven, but Broekhoven pulls into the pits as a result.
Why is this car painted like a zebra?
Because you did not update SimSync. There are updated liveries.
What do you mean I did?
If it looks black and white like a zebra,
Yes.
then you did not update SimSync from yesterday.
It's
Yeah,
said
but
that on the
Kilgore-
stream. It's said that on the stream, and I did update something, but we'll
Wait, today? No way.
I literally did it before the stream.
But I uploaded it yesterday. Oh, then
Never mind.
it is my fault. I'm sorry.
Victor Stoyan
As
is up in 10th at the moment. There's
The DAC livery is also plain white and black.
that's how it should be, isn't it?
Is it?
Looks nice.
DAC, you mean the Virgin?
Oh, yes.
Chris
If it
Fry's in the
says-
pits, and
yeah, that
Cochrane
is,
is up in first by the looks of things.
Yep.
As expected, just with that spin from
Columba.
Crucifier. He's yeah, crucified himself right here.
Any more puns up your sleeve? Connor's actually doing a good recovery. He's up to 6th place again.
Yeah, he probably can even challenge for 5th. I would say if he catches, he can. I think he might be able to get a top 4 here, depending on the space. Oh, Jody with heavy damage right there. Look at his steering wheel. Hitting the ball
Oh,
hard.
yeah. I think that's out of the race. Suspension damage is usually.
Yeah, Alex Hayden catching up to Columba, which might give us a battle to watch.
Yeah, I think the suspension damage is the race done for him. Usually you can't repair that. Or takes way too long.
That might mean that Cyprian Stone is up into 9th as he picks at the same time as Lewis. Alex losing a bit of time there. Obviously, Alex still needs to pit. The row of cars pull out in front of him. This is not what he needs right now. He's way past one of the back markers. So the race really is between David Bull and Heinen, which is really strange when you consider it. This is an age-old rivalry between the two. It's a friendly rivalry nonetheless, but these guys were paired up in Octane and what is now considered the Master Series split. But yeah, you know, on paper, people would consider, you know, Alex the better driver, but you know, when you look at the stats, it's DJB who always comes out on top. So let's see how this race unfolds.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the gaps have opened up pretty much. There's at least 10 seconds between every car on the track, if I see that correct. Unfortunately, I do not know who has pitted yet. I suspect some of the medium runners to still have not pitted yet.
No mistake there from Luca. He keeps on track. Soyan makes his way past him quite easily there. But is Luca, is he eyeing up? Would it be wise when his tyres are probably overheated? So unfortunately we've got two retirees tonight. We've got Carlos Cadicus, sorry, and Justin Cormier. Who, I mean, it's his first race for both of them. Can't always go according to plan, but let's see what they have to bring next time. Remember, guys, we always welcome anyone who's up to being interviewed. So if you do retire from the race, head on over to the interview channel, and we'll get you in here. Have a few words regarding your race. We're running with Alex Cochran. What strategy is Alex on? He's gone soft to medium.
Yes, correct. He switched on around lap 8, so he needs to do 26 laps on the medium. They should fall off at the end of the race. Like, he could get into serious trouble.
As David Bull finally pits, Jody Lewis is up into 10th. A lot going on lap 15.
David again with the hards, but behind Connor, who is also on a hard tire.
So David now needs to just put his head down and focus on the rest of his race, whereas Alex Heinen now needs to think about pitting, I believe. He hasn't pitted, right?
I think Alex started on the mediums, that is correct. Also considering his last lap time.
Alex's teammate down in 10th at the moment, not had the best of races. A lot of great liveries out here tonight though, I must admit. A lot of good looking cars. These guys have clearly spent a lot of time and effort on perfecting their liveries. I apologise if we couldn't show all of them. As Hotels makes his way around the way, he goes too deep. Can he keep it on track? He might have to give the position back to Broekhoven. Broekhoven ahead in 7th at the moment. Oh no, Lutels, come on.
Runs wide again. actually surprises me to see him that far off the lead. I mean, he got into trouble on lap 1, but he can be quite fast. He used to race in Trout before, and I think he was a frequent point scorer. Bertjan Littles, formerly known as Jeremy Clarkson.
Thomas Marshall off there. Was that turn 6? No, it's after the chicane.
Don't ask me numbers. That is.
I believe Connor Peltman's up into 4th though. Cars, they sound like they're on the edge of certain gears that they don't want to be in, but this is the way they have to drive them, on the edge. Griffin, red driver. Oh! Who was that? I thought it was Pelkman then. I thought it was Pelkman. There's Lois, unfortunately.
Georgie Lewis again, he's running in a lot of trouble today.
Yeah, maybe needs to kind of go back to the drawing board and iron out a few kinks. Oh, there's another one on this side there. Little's is 0.5 seconds behind Brokoven. Does he go on to lap 17 now? I'm holding my breath because I don't know what's going to happen between these two. DRS open for Burton. The eyes up, the inside, it's open.
No, not quite.
Oh! He's being patient though, he's being patient. Nothing, no rush.
He's on the soft tire, he should have the pace to close up and finish on a good DRS zone. This track is so hard to overtake as he runs wide. The switchback slow left into opening right or the other way around is really bad for following each other, especially if you have a wall that instead of a runoff area.
Yeah, right there. You sometimes forget that this track's a street circuit.
Yes.
Something about it. So it's one of my favourite street circuits.
Daniel ran wide. On the slow corners, you should be able to close up.
Little's closes up in the last sector.
It's not enough. Can he make the move stick maybe into turn 3? I think he's a little bit too far away, but he's actually gaining quite a lot.
Little's goes for the move into turn 1 and he gets it done. Yeah, I think Brokoven knew he had to give up that position.
You don't really need to manage your ERS on that track that much. You have enough braking zones, so you can run on the highest percentage all the time, but maybe Daniel used too much of his ERS and ran out of energy that you can use per lap, and that's another one off.
A lot of support for Team Canada in the chat. Little's is breaking away at the moment, and Brokoven is unable to keep up. Second Stein though, 40 seconds off the pace. Well, not off the pace, that's and the rest, but this is the closest battle that's going at the moment.
Bull is up the tail of Mike Thompson in P. Never mind, that's not Mike Thompson, it is a bag marker, or rather was, before he got blue flag.
Unfortunately oversteers out the last corner and loses a lot of traction. The gaps have just formed. A lot of these guys are obviously on medium tyres as well, so they'll be going on distance before they need to pit. This should be now when a lot of the mediums will be pulling into the pits. Lap 19 out of 34. Lap 20 from Cochrane though, he's still in first. He made a mistake earlier, but he managed to make it back. Our pole sitter tonight.
And Columba pits again. This time from mediums to another set of mediums.
Columba going through his tyres like Swiss cheese. Is he going to stay on the right side of the line? He doesn't. He doesn't, and there's a car behind him. I don't know how I feel about that.
He was technically still with the... Oh, that's his teammate.
It's his teammate as well, as Mike Thompson goes ahead. Is it a friendly manoeuvre?
Come on guys, keep it clean. And he stays ahead, but only just. He's still got the core tires, so he should be able to fight back more now. So he's on the new mediums, so he should have the pace advantage just from that alone.
How does this make you feel?
Oh no, not necessarily well, seeing both of your drivers as Mike runs wide next to each other. I do understand why team bosses don't want to see it, but I'm sure they can sort each other out. If one recognizes the other is faster, that they might not struggle as much as you would if you were fighting for the championship in the last race, in the last corner.
Yeah, looks like Mike Thompson's had to give up the ghost in this sense, as Crucifier's finally got some tyre temperatures up.
Yeah.
Alex Heinen in now. Still yet to pit. Really pushing those tyres.
We have 14 more laps. We're just above 60% of the race distance, and we have 20 seconds, no, 10 seconds from Columba to Connor, so who is on pretty worn hard, so he might be able to catch him. In front of Connor is Alex Heinen, who is also on worn hard tires. And leading with quite a margin is Alex Cochrane, who is on mediums. I'm not too sure if all the guys will make it home from here on.
Yeah,
because Cochrane is also on really old mediums, but he should have the gap to pit. Question is how much... Actually, Cochrane is pulling into the pits now, so he's also on A2 stop.
Yeah, this is the thing, it's all up in the air tonight. As one of the back markers goes off, I think it's Tim.
Tim? Who is Tim?
Thomas Marshall, sorry, my bad. But yeah, it is all up in the air. Yeah, as Alex Heinen is now the provisional leader of the race.
Yeah, but new mediums for Cochrane, old hards for Heinen. What is it now, 2-3 seconds? That shouldn't be much of a battle.
Crucifier setting the fastest time at 24.9. As Pelkman closes in on Heinen. This race is unfolding quite nicely, if you ask me.
Yeah. The hard tire is just so hard to get working. It's quite a lot slower than the medium, and you really do need to wear them for a long time to make them work.
Pelkman closing. The next DRS zone, I don't know, is just above a second, and obviously you need to be within a second of the driver ahead to get DRS. He hasn't got it this time round. But he's closing in. He's thirsty. He can smell that victory. Another one though. Will he be able to get to the end of the race? Heinen's panicking now.
I'm actually... Yeah.
You can see Cochrane in the distance as well. You can see him.